Ahoy, hoy, my friends. Good morning to you from Walt Disney World Resorts here in Central Florida. Welcome to your magical morning. The time right now is 7:31. Thank you very much for joining us. The temperature is roughly 64 degrees. I'm on top of the Contemporary with a beautiful monorail going over my head. So if you are here at the parks today, welcome. We know Animal Kingdom opened at 7:30. So if you're Animal Kingdom, you are rope dropping. Out here today, watching your magical morning, our daily news show that we're going to be bringing to you every morning at 7:30 until 9 a.m. to get you guys into the parks. The forecast for today is going to be brought to you by Weather or Not with Jesse. Holly, can you roll the weather for us, please?
Good morning. Here's your weather forecast for the Orlando area and all Disney parks. Expect sunny skies with a high near 79 degrees. Winds will be out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to 20. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies, a low around 64. Winds out of the east-northeast 10 to 15, gusting to 20 miles per hour. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. This has been Weather or Not with Jesse with the Orlando weather for the Disney fanatics alongside Chip and Company.
How cool is that? We have real weather reports from a real meteorologist. This is going to turn into an amazing show, guys. Thank you for being here on day one. Mike Beecham, I see you're here. Allison, thank you so much for waking up with us. Dwayne, I see you out there. CJ, I saw you on there. So thank you guys for waking up with Chip and Co. and the Disney Fanatics. This is show number one. Today, listen, we're going to go through some headlines. We're going to talk about some park news. We're going to talk about your park hours, when everything's opening, what's going on inside the parks, showtime, parade times, everything you need. At one point, the monorail is about to go over my head. It is very loud in here. Mark, ahoy, hoy, my friend, Stevie Lee, thank you so much. These are up. Look, there is the beautiful monorail. Kinetic energy, everybody. Kinetic energy. That's what this is about. So listen, we are brought to you today by Chip and Company. For all your news on the go, it's Chip and Co. We want to thank Chip Confer so much for allowing us the space and the time to bring you this morning show. We couldn't do this without Chip Confer. So I want to first off say thank you to Chip at Chip and Co. for allowing us to do this. I'm one of the writers, along with so many other people. Thank you so much. CF Helms, thank you for joining us. Vlad, Colin, I see you guys out there. Holly is producing the show today from home, so you will not see Holly, but who will you see this morning? Let's go through the list. So today, coming up on special guest, we have not one, not two, but three headliners. We have no opening act. I'm your opening act for these people coming up. So today on your morning, magical morning, I'll get everything. Don't worry. It's only show one. Today, we're going to be joined by Mark Valentine from Diz Life Podcast and Diz Life Live. Mark is on 7:30s on YouTube. You can find him at Diz Life Live, or his podcast drops every Monday or Tuesday. You can see him alongside Mouseperation Mike, Kirk from Walrus Carp, and of course, Alicia's Closet 41. For all your merch needs, it's Alicia Haig. And myself, I am on there also. Also joining us today will be Gene Fitzmagic from the Diz Nerdy Network. Brand new network coming to you guys starting next week on Tuesday. Gene Fitzmagic will be joining us around the 8 o'clock hour from the Diz Nerdy Network. Mondays, you can catch him with Piano Rob. Thursdays, you can catch him with Sammy D. And myself, I am on so many different shows. It's ridiculous. It's great. We'll be on a show called The Diz Underground. And headlining our show today, none other than the man, the myth, the Godfather, Mr. Pete McDevitt from the Pete McDevitt Show will be here, and he'll be bringing along Pete's highlights. He'll give us a rundown of who and where and what is going on around the parks today with different people in our community. Pete can be found at Pete McDevitt Show on YouTube or PeteMcDevittShow.com for all your best in the community, plus sports and Disney. You want to go to the Pete McDevitt Show. So, guys, I want to talk to you real quick while we're here before we start everything out. I want to go into what this is. Excuse me. This is your morning show here at Walt Disney World. We're going to be on a different location every single day. We're going to try and have some kinetic energy, people going into the parks. This is for you to understand what you're walking into, what the weather's going to be like, what your show times are, parade times, the monorail going by, you can only see the shadow of. We're at Walt Disney World Resort. What better place can we be than right here, right now, having this amazing day? It's 420. Happy 420 day to all of you. I just want to say thank you to Holly for bringing this show to us. She's the one who thought of this idea a little while ago. It took a little while for us to get this out and figure out what we wanted to do. But you will get news, you'll get weather, you'll get park hours, you will get parades, show times, highlights of what's going on in the community. We're going to hopefully have people from the community stop by daily. Let us know when they're going live, where they're vlogging at, what they're going to be doing. This is for everybody. This isn't just for me to show off and be on the air. This is for everybody in this Disney community that we have down here to show off whatever they're doing. So I just want to make sure that you guys know exactly what's going on here. We are going to start off with headlines real quick. We have one major headline that I want to hit to before we move on. Character hugs are back. The hugs are back. We got to see Mickey Mouse. You see that picture right there? That's joy. That's happiness. That is love. Hugs, character autographs are back. I remember hugging Mickey when I was a child, and Mickey was a whole lot taller. I don't remember having to crouch down so low and hug the mouse, but he is our boss. He is the reason we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, hugs from Mickey Mouse and any character, most characters around Walt Disney World are huggable. We got to meet Vanellope. We got to meet Joy. It was such a wonderful thing to have back in our community. We're so happy that things like that are back down here at Walt Disney World. So if you are coming down today, if you are going to be in the parks in a few minutes when the doors actually open, go see Mickey Mouse. Go give hugs. You absolutely want to meet these characters, and it's just one of those special things that is back. Now, also in the news, character dining. Social distancing is gone here at Walt Disney World. You don't need it. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. You don't need to wear a mask anymore on the monorail or the or anything. But character dining and masks policy. The character dining, they will now come to your table. They will give you hugs. They will sign your autograph book. They will be at your table interacting again. We've had reports from different character dining locations that people are in love with the characters being back and coming to the table for pictures. So it has been so wonderful to have that.
Hi, everybody.
That was crazy. I got kicked. You yeeted me out of the studio, Mark.
You got kicked. I was like, wait a minute. What's happening? I'm not ready.
It is your show now. You yeeted me out of my own studio. Ahoy, hoy, my friend.
Ahoy, hoy.
How are you doing, my friend?
Good morning.
That is a great coffee mug.
Currently caffeinating for the early morning. I'm a night owl by stock and trade. The mornings have always been really, really tough for me, Greg. I had a coffee mug when I was a teacher, and one of the students actually handcrafted and made it for me, because kids used to come up to me and I'd be like, you know, Susie, where's my coffee at this morning? And she'd be like, what do you mean? I'm like, where's my coffee at? And she's like, it's right here. I'm like, okay, well, problems don't start until the coffee hits right here. And I would say that to the kids. It was a joke, of course. And then they made me a mug by the end of the year that was like, they had a line on the coffee cup and it said problems can be addressed like after this line.
That is brilliant. I am not a morning person myself, so getting myself out of bed and getting over to the parks this early, I am lucky and blessed that I only live 11 miles from the Magic Kingdom.
It's all, yes, this is all artificial right now. This is all running on caffeine and pixie dust and just supporting you and Chip and this great idea. Congratulations, man, on this idea. What a concept. I think it's brilliant. And I think that people are going to absolutely love it. When I'm getting ready in the morning, I'm going to want to tune in and see what's going on. So it's a great idea. And it's something that people are going to need.
Thank you so much for saying that, Mark. By the way, good morning, John Hepp. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, this is a concept that we're trying something new. We are trying, I don't want to mention other shows, but we would like to try and figure out how to be the Good Morning Disney, Good Morning America, Disney style. Look, they're here in the parks all the time. Why can't we be in the parks doing the same thing? So I appreciate you coming out and supporting us today. Mark, you have some amazing stuff going on right now. We just did a new episode on Monday. Myself, you brought in new co-host of Mousepiration, Mike, who did such an amazing job. You still have Kirk LaVecchia is doing the food and dining, and then you have Alicia Haig doing Alicia's Closet, and she kills the merch. If somebody knows about merch, it is Alicia. So yeah, what's going on in your world, man? You got a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, newly assembled team on Diz Live, and Mousepiration Mike, who Mike and I, as I said on our first broadcast together, Mike and I started our podcast at the literal same time. So he and I connected on Instagram as two guys that were both up and comers in this podcast arena, and where a lot of the other people didn't really gravitate towards us, or you're the new kid on the block. So there's a little feeling out process. So Mike has been here with me every step of the way on the journey as a creator. He's an amazing performer. He does a wonderful job. He's got his own thing. And it was just a really natural fit. We were looking for a co-host. We were looking for a guy to enjoy Disney. He has an amazing Disney life. He and his fiance just moved to Florida. And I said, hey, man, this just makes sense. You have been adding to the show now for a few weeks and coming on as the roving reporter. And I said to you, how fun is this? And if at some point you want to continue to come on a regular basis and bring us what's going on in parks, and you are, again, you're the consummate Disney guy. You're like, dude, I live for this. But you've added such a great dynamic. I love the way that we've had the cast member interactions and the little giveaways with the cast member. So we're really proud of the show. We're really proud of the show that we've been putting on. We're excited.
And Vogue, thank you so much for subscribing. I so appreciate that. Thank you. Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
We're excited. And as Allison just said, we're all living our best Disney lives over there.
Truly are. I want to say you and I hit it off a while ago and got to know each other. Before you knew that I was working with Chip and Company, you mentioned that you guys had been using Chip and Co. News for all the news feeds. And then I was like, oh, by the way, I happen to write for them. Oh, and I do all the live vlogs when I can. We had a few other people doing it for a little while, but I would be almost what I'm doing for you, except live for 2 hours at a time, or going live during the fireworks. So for me to come over and just be me, man, life is beautiful. And then I get to hang out with my friends talking about Disney on a daily basis. How did I get so blessed in this life that this is what I do? Like, I literally go to Disney and just go, hey guys, there's Cinderella's castle. How cool is this? So I am so excited to be working with you guys. You can watch that on Mondays. Mondays at 7:30, and then you have Diz Life podcast, correct? When is that drop?
So a new episode just dropped today. A little bit of a fun tip. We actually drop on Tuesday so that it populates all of the audio directories. But we essentially launched the episodes on Wednesday. This week we sat down with Crystal from the Crystal Palace, and it was such a fun show. She's a travel vlogger, so she sets up everywhere. And I made her do Disney versus Universal. It was a grudge match. Greg never.
That is awesome.
Whether or not with Jesse.
Whether or not that is her. Look, Mark, I was really lucky when I kind of announced that this show was coming out, and the wonderful people in our community. You know how sometimes this community can just come together and support something and make it so much better than what it initially was going to be. This was initially just going to be Holly and myself, and we were just going to talk. And then all of a sudden, people like Whether or Not with Jesse came up and was like, I'm a meteorologist. I do this for a living. I can do the weather for you. So now I have a pure weather person every single day doing the weather for all of us out here. Like Pete McDevitt is going to come on and do a community spotlight segment daily. Like, talk about getting big names. You're here right now. You're killing it on YouTube. Your podcast is killing it. Like, and then I have Gene Fitzmagic coming on. So before all that happens, let's get into some of this news.
Yes, let's do that. I live for this stuff.
You live for it. So let's start off with hugs. Hugs and character dining. We got over to see Mickey Mouse, Joy, Vanellope, and a few others. And I know Vanellope happens to be one of your favorite characters down here. I had such an amazing interaction with her. What is your feelings on this? Are you a I have to go hug Mickey or any of the characters, or are you like, I'm good with the social distancing?
No, I'm very happy that the hugs are coming back. It's a much needed component, and you can see that some people, I mean, this was bigger news than nighttime spectaculars or even parades. There are people that just live for and crave this kind of interaction, and the social distancing was great. We needed it. It was very much needed to keep people safe and to keep park goers at ease. And we were living through some really crazy times in the last 2 years. But this is just such a breath of fresh air. I just had a chance to take a picture with Vanellope, not even hug. And I geeked out. The other day. Alicia was with me and she was like, Mark, what's going on? I'm like, Alicia, I love Wreck-It Ralph. I love Vanellope von Schweetz. Like, this is my Mickey Mouse right here, meet and greet. Like, I was going crazy. So me watching you getting that interaction with Vanellope, like, I got a little misty. And Joy, the Joy footage when you
by the way, before we get to Joy, I did Vanellope just for you. I was like, if you talk to Holly, I was like, I have to go hug Vanellope and get a picture. And not only that, but the cast members. Look at how happy the cast members were. PJ was amazing. So Joy, I go up and I figured Joy and I have always had this.
Oh, no. Hi, everyone. Hang tight. Greg is going to be back in a second. We have Disney Wi-Fi.
She was amazing. Disney Wi-Fi. Yeah. Gotta love that.
Well, you've got me on standby, God forbid. It's just me and caffeine. I do have some headlines from Diz Live that I could always just like throw to and do a little dun dun dun.
And I'm back. There we are. So we got over to see Joy. Sorry, everybody. You know, you do this at Disney and you never know when signal's going to pop in or out. So popping the popcorn, welcome in. Thank you so much. Stevie Lee is in here. Mousepiration, Chrissy and Mike both joined in. Good morning to all of you.
There they are.
Meeting Joy. Joy has blue hair. I have blue hair. Joy points it out every single time. So I always make it a point to go over and say hi to Joy. I did not. Let me go back a second. When I went over in 2019 and brought my daughter here for the first time, we went to Epcot. And as we were walking in, Tigger was off in the corner by Canada doing meet and greets. I didn't know my reaction was going to be to push her out of the way for me to run up and give Tigger a hug. So my poor 15-year-old, she's 15 now, she was 12 at the time, got pushed off to the side for Dad to meet Tigger. And it's a long-running joke. So I figured Joy, it was like, it's just Joy. I've seen Joy a million times. I walked in, and as soon as she turned and looked at me, tears started coming to my eyes. Brad, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, Brad.
I literally, it was like, I don't know if it was the motions from the past 2 years of kind of having that, the quarantine, the pandemic, all the people that were hurt and afflicted by it, all the cast members that lost their jobs and then came back, and how slow it was for everything to come back and become normal again. And we're living in this new society, and normal is different. It was so nice just to get that out, just to hug somebody and show love. And she spent extra time, and she's like, she whispered in my ear and playing, obviously. Amazing interaction. I had such an amazing time. I'm so proud to be down here right now, and I'm so glad that the cast members are fully back to work and able to do what they need to do. So,
well,
look at that.
Alicia Haig wanted to know what she whispered in your ear, and you said, "I'll never tell." And so let us know in a comment, what do you think Joy whispered in Greg's ear? I'm going to tell you what my guess was on Facebook. I said, I think she whispered, "Core memory moment, Greg. Core memory moment." And then
that may be close. Yeah. I will go to my grave knowing what Joy said to me, and it will stay right here forever.
It looks like Disney. Did you see that we had some characters from A Bug's Life? The butterfly, the gypsy moth made an appearance over at Animal Kingdom.
They are out for all of Earth Day for the few weeks.
Yep. Here's me hoping, fingers crossed, that Disney has heard the calls for rare and exotic characters to start making appearances in parks, much like they do over in Disneyland. Now, understandably, Disneyland is a different ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen. They have to cater to pass holders. Their crowd is 100% locals, almost 100% locals and pass holders. So because of that very nature and dynamic, they have to change things up quite frequently over in that park. Whereas Orlando, it's a global hub. So people want the classics. They want the Fab Five. They want the tried and true. But maybe Disney is listening a little bit, and maybe they're going to start to sprinkle in rare characters here and there for us. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Also over at Animal Kingdom, the hyenas are now on the cavalcade where on the canal. So the hyenas there. I am wearing my ears. You can see my Chippendale ears right here. They are from Tokyo Disneyland. Because Chip and Dale are meeting at Storybook Circus right now. So at 9 a.m. when the park actually opens, unless you're staying here, which it opens at 8:30, at 9 a.m. I will be, when the show running over to Storybook Circus and going to hug Chip and Dale and get some pictures, and I cannot wait for that. I love some of these comments in here. Holly, put those back up. What did Mike say? Mike said that my fly is down. Joy said my fly is down. I think she's a little bit more couth than that. Do you have any Grey Poupon? That's great. Hey, Chip is in here. Hopefully Chip is going to pop in. He's going to probably come in and just talk. He'll be the voice of Chip & Co. He will not be on camera this morning. He's got a lot of stuff doing. So he may pop in. He may not. That's up to him. He's got a lot to do in the mornings, and 7:30 to 9 is not good for him. Yeah. Mark, let's go through park hours real quick. Holly, if you don't mind, put up those park hours for us real quick. I want to make sure people are getting the information that I said I was going to give them. So we'll do the park hours, and then we'll go back to weather and continue talking to Mark. So today at Magic Kingdom, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., you have park hopper hours. As always, they're not going away. They're going to be here for a while. 2 p.m., you can hop over to different parks. Fireworks tonight for Disney Enchantment is going to be 9 p.m., and then you have your Festival of Fantasy Parade running at 12 and 3 p.m. And then tonight is extra magic hours over at Magic Kingdom. So you have late night 11 to 1 a.m. The park is actually open until 1 a.m. if you're staying at one of the deluxe resorts around here. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Mark, are you a guy who likes going that late to a park, or are you like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm good?
Yes, I am. My family is not. If it were if it were a solo trip, I am team no sleep. But when I'm with the family, I'm gonna make sure that they're taking care of first and foremost. But like me, like you guys have texted me on some of those solo runs that you're like, you're still in park. I'm the road.
You run hard, man.
I do.
You get here and you run hard and you don't stop. There is no sleep till Brooklyn.
I tell people, I'll listen. I'll sleep when I'm gone. I'll sleep
Yeah,
when I'm gone.
I'm with you. All right, over at Epcot, Holly, what do we have on times on that one? So we got 8:30 to 9 tonight. Harmonious, as always, is 9 p.m. Park hopper hours. Everybody knows park hopper hours, 2 p.m. Hollywood Studios, we have 8 a.m. So you should be going in there right now. Or 8:30, yeah, 8 a.m. early hours, 8:30 for regular guests. You should be ready to rope drop. They should be allowing you into the parks right now, about to do rope drop. So guys, if you're over at the parks, let me know you're over there. And we are on top of the Contemporary right now on the 4th floor outside where you can watch Disney's Enchantment at 9 p.m. We have Wonderful World of Animation is going to be playing tonight at 9 p.m. And then over at Animal Kingdom, you should already be in the park. You should be already in line for Everest. You should be already have ridden Everest one time and then gone over to and in Pandora waiting in a 85-minute line. Because that line is forever. Yeah, Mark, what else is going on with you?
New podcast today, new team over at Diz Live. Tiki Room Radio is back and actually now bonus feeds every single week. And that's on Thursday. Kirk Lavecchia at Walrus Carp is the co-host of Tiki Room Radio. That's a Disney debate show. And we have the Discord community pick 5 topics. We don't know the topics until the day of the debate. So there's no debate prep. All of it is 100% spontaneous. The whole purpose of the show is we flip a coin. One person gets one topic. By default, the other person has to take the other topic, even if you don't agree with it. And we score the argument. That it's just purely scoring the argument. There's no dog in that fight. And it's really fun. It gets unscripted. It gets really crazy. And the community over on TikTok is liking it. I have been spending a lot of time on TikTok at DizLifeMark. And man, listen, I'm having so much fun. New partners, new co-hosts, new Disney
living
life.
your best Disney life. Like
really,
you can't say it any better. Guys, remember Diz Life Live, 7:30 p.m. on YouTube on Mondays. Diz Life Podcast. You can go to DizLifePodcast.com and that will guide you all over the world of Mark Valentine.
Yeah,
Mark,
man.
I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Not only are you a cohort of mine and we work together, but you've become one of my closest friends, and you and I are able to just vent or have a great time, or if something exciting is going on, I can text you or you could text me. I appreciate you being here on the first episode. You're amazing. I'm having the time of my life here. Like, I have nothing but great things to say about people.
So again, congratulations, bon voyage. As a maritime fan, a maritime historian, we need to sort of crack. No champagne. It's a little too early for mimosas. So our saying at Diz Life is, we hope the rest of the day is filled with faith, trust, and pixie dust. And then we sign off. So I will say, I hope the rest of your show is filled with faith, trust, and pixie dust, and no champagne. But here's a little sprinkle for you, my friend. Pixie dust on all that you do today. Have a great show, man.
You rock, man. Thank you, Mark, so much for coming on. Mark Valentine, everybody. Holly, can you roll the weather for us real quick? As Holly's getting ready.
Good morning. Here's your weather forecast for the Orlando area and all Disney parks. Expect sunny skies with a high near 79 degrees. Winds will be out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to 20. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies, a low around 64. Winds out of the east northeast 10 to 15, gusting to 20 miles per hour. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. This has been Whether or Not with Jesse with the Orlando weather for the Disney fanatics alongside Chip and Company.
That was amazing having Mark Valentine stop by. We still have Gene Fitzmagic will be stopping by, and the man himself, Mr. Pete McDevitt, will be here. This is great. I can watch the sun literally rise over the Contemporary Resort, and I can watch like the sun moving. So half the time I'm in sun, half the time I'm not. Oh man, Allison, again, thank you guys so much for watching this. I see you guys out there. It's really have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming on and saying good morning. Good morning to all of you. So much kinetic energy going on around me. We got people coming around. We got everybody's watching it. If you're around the Contemporary, we're going to be live for another hour. Come up to the 4th floor. Hang out with me. I love this. Gene's going to be coming up next. Holly, let's go do a few more news stories we have going on. Because I do believe the next news story will be, what do we got? There we go. So transportation, there is no more mask mandate here at Walt Disney World. This is actually a really important story. Just so you guys know, once the mask mandate was dropped a few months ago here at Walt Disney World, federally, they were still doing it on the monorail and on the buses. Now, as of the federal mandate has been dropped, masks are no longer required anywhere. Sorry, it's voluntary if you would like to wear a mask or not on any of the transportation, on anywhere in Walt Disney World property. So again, we can now see each other smile. Great news. It's great news for all the people who care about that. I know that that was contentious. I'm not getting into politics. I'm just reporting the news. And the news does come to you from Chip and Company. And Chip was just on here a little bit ago talking in the chat. So it's really nice to see Chip support this. He will be on any day we can. Remember, Chip and Company, Disney Parks and Review podcast, which is Chip and myself, drops every Tuesday. It is just basically Chip and I having the time of our life talking about Disney. What else are we going to do? It's Disney all over all the time. What do we have next, Holly, for news? Mask mandates, social distancing. We got the next one. Let's go to the next one. This is great. So just so everybody knows, my beautiful, wonderful wife, Holly, Whether or Not with Jesse, thank you. Before we go that, I just want to say, Jesse, thank you so much. I'm going to roll that again. How professional is that video talking about the weather? If you guys don't know, Whether or Not with Jesse is an amazing human being who does the weather for us. Will be here every single day giving us the update for your Orlando Walt Disney World Resort weather report and forecast. So you guys know what to expect if you're going out to the parks. So I want to say thank you to Whether or Not with Jesse. Please go subscribe to her channels. Instagram, amazing job on Instagram. So go check out Whether or Not with Jesse. Let's get into the news a little bit more. There is a child seen on video. Dwayne, I want to say thank you for watching today, man. It's great to see you on here. Crystal, it's great to see you. I want to say thank you to all the friends and fans of Pete McDevitt who have come out here and supported us doing this morning. You guys are amazing. I got to hang out with Pete and do the news a few weeks ago while Dad Builds Chris was down in Walt Disney World. And I got to sit in the hot seat with Pete McDevitt. What an amazing time we had working with him and doing the show. Pete is such a staple in this Disney World community that I just, again, it's so nice that he supports this and he is going to be on here later. So all you guys out there from Pete's show and from around the community, thank you all so much. I really mean that. Gene Fitzmagic, you will be popping in any moment. I have a feeling you are somewhere on Disney World property today. So once Gene gets in here. Okay, so video. There is a child who climbed the Aztec pyramid over at Caribbean Beach Resort. I don't know. I didn't want to show the video. I think it's kind of silly. The kid escaped from his parents, it looks like, climbed up the pyramid, got to the top. Looks like he got scared. And then you know how it goes, man. Everybody went crazy and started recording, and the parents were running up, and people were freaking out, and everybody was screaming. Look, it was a kid being a kid. Please, adults, don't do this. I don't know what else to say, but don't let your kids climb the pyramid. They're just going to put more stuff in our way, and they're just going to block it off more. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all right. One of the nice things that happened back here, and you can tell that Disney World is getting back to normal after the pandemic, is Goofy Candy Company is now back selling make-your-own treats. You can get your own treats made. You can get caramel apple, marshmallow sticks, Rice Krispie treats. I'm sorry, crispy snacks, whatever you want to call them. You can pick a coating for them. You can then pick also whatever toppings you want, whatever dip, either white chocolate or milk chocolate, and then top it off with whatever toppings you want. If you want an extra topping, it is going to cost you $1 extra for every topping over the one that you're allowed to pick. You hand your paper in. Within 20 minutes, they call your name, and boom, you have your own treat that you have designed and made. So remember, over at Disney Springs, Goofy Candy Company is now selling the build your own snacks. What else do we have next, Holly? This is awesome. Earth Day down here at Walt Disney World Resort is more than just one day. It is a week or a month. So Earth Day week, I should say. Over at Animal Kingdom, they have the Wally and Eve magic shot. Photo pass, guys, if you are down here, trust us when all of us say you want to buy the photo pass or add it onto your annual pass. You want to get these magic shots from around the parks. They have Encanto shots over at Epcot. They have the special Wally Earth Day ones. That booth that you see in that picture is for sale over at one of the restaurants this week only. I love the magic shots. You'll see on our Instagram all the time, magic shots from around the park. Simply amazing what's going on over there. There's going to be a whole lot of treats coming out, a lot of merch coming out for that. Memory Maker, Dwayne, yes, the Memory Maker is so worth it. I know if you buy early, it's like $69.99. If you buy late, it's $99. It may be a little bit higher than that now. So I want to say thank you to all the people who have been chatting today. Looks like we have another guest coming in, and Holly's going to bring them in as soon as she wants to. This is great. Having my wife is producing this show and running StreamYard for us. So please, everybody, give it up for Holly. She is doing such an amazing job running this show. I can't do it without her. I literally could not do this without her. So we're going to have Gene, I do believe, is sitting there in the guest room right now. Oh, no, he is not. Sorry, Gene. I thought you were. My guest went in and went out. Oh, no, your system crashed. We are going to give her a second to reboot everything. She's really good at this. In the meantime, again, your park hours for today, because that's what we're trying to do, is give you guys all this information. The weather right now is 70 degrees. It is perfectly sunny. As you can see, it is beautiful out right now. Thank you, Holly. You've got it all back up. So that is great. The park hours today, Magic Kingdom, 9 a.m. till 11 p.m. Your park hopper hours are 2 o'clock. You have Disney Festival of the Fantasy Parade is at 12 and 3 today. Disney Enchantment, the fireworks show, is at 9 p.m. And remember, if you are staying at one of the resorts today, your extra magic hours, I don't even know if it's called that anymore. I'm just so used to saying extra magic hours, They are at 11 p.m. tonight until 1 a.m. So if you're staying on the resorts, you can stay at Magic Kingdom until 1 a.m. this morning. Justin Grant, good morning. Welcome in. Thank you so much. How am I doing this morning? I am excited. I am nerve-sighted. I'm so happy to be able to bring this to you. I do believe Chip is popping in.
What am I doing up this early?
What am I doing with my hands, Chip? How are you today, my friend?
I'm good. Just waking up.
You are just waking up. Hey, welcome to our new show.
I like it.
Your Magical Morning.
I was watching it while I was getting the dogs fed and getting coffee and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, you are normally really busy getting the kids off to school, driving to and fro, getting coffee, taking the dogs out. You're a busy not only that, but normally you wake up and have 5-6 articles to write on breaking news from overnight?
Usually, yeah. Unless Disney's nice to me.
Yeah, well, they are nice to you. It's just a matter of how busy they've been or how crazy people have been at the parks. So what is going on with you today, Chip?
Well, I got my information about the media cruise for the Disney Wish.
Oh, can we share with the people?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chip Confort will be sailing on the Media Wish trip.
Yes.
By that, I mean the Disney Wish, the brand new ocean liner from Walt Disney, will be sailing this summer, and you're going to be on the media cruise.
Yes, it starts on June 28th through July 2nd. They'll have a lot of media and influencers on board the ship, so it's before everybody else can go.
Did they give you any of your itinerary?
No itinerary yet. We're dealing with like transportation, stuff like that. Trying to get everything all set up.
Well, congratulations to you on that. That is a great. So you have tried to cruise. Is this going to be your 4th try in the past 2 years?
Yeah, something like that. Something always comes up. COVID was last time.
COVID was last time. Pandemic. No. What was it? Vaccine thing was the time before that. Not that you didn't. It was they didn't know what they were doing with it as the cruise line and federal mandates. And then the time before that was pandemic related. So in the last 2 years, you have literally tried to cruise 4 different times. This will be you have a few already booked, but this one is like the icing on the cake because you get to sail on the inaugural Wish trip.
Yeah, I didn't want to say inaugural. It's too early for that.
I don't know what I'm doing up, man. It is you and I normally start recording our podcast at what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
like
10.
We're a few cups in and we're rearing to go.
Yeah, for you being as wired as you are this early.
I'm ready to go, man. I think this is going to be a great show to do. I'm really excited about doing it. I am grateful to you for allowing us to do this.
Well, thank you so much for doing it. It's an awesome format and theme and program, and Holly's killing it in the back end there.
Isn't she? I know I'm sounding shocked. I'm not shocked. Holly is amazing at how quickly she can learn to do something new. Did I get, Mark just asked, did I get any of the fancy pajamas? No, I'm actually going to get them today. And I think one of these days I will actually dress up in the new silk pajamas that are available here at Walt Disney World. $54.99, you kind of can't go wrong with silk Hugh Hefner type pajamas. Hey, look, my daughter popped in from Philadelphia. Haley, it is great to see you this morning. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, Chip. So we have our podcast that drops on Tuesdays every week. And then tonight we are filming our Disney News and Review show that'll turn into the podcast for Friday.
And we'll be tonight.
I thought so. 6:30, 7:30. I thought it was 7:30.
Sure.
We are busy people. Between 2 podcasts, you have a million things you're writing about every single day.
You're on like everybody's program.
I'm on a lot of people's programs, but they are all friends of mine, and I get to just be funny. I literally just get to hang out, talk Disney, and be funny. And hey, I am good with that. Haley was on since I started. I'm just, oh shoot, we're getting the kids ready. My grandkids are getting ready for school. How cool. Look, I have grandkids. I'm too beautiful to have grandkids. Thanks. Thanks, Chip. Thanks for getting my back there.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah. So our podcast is going to drop every Tuesdays. We just dropped one yesterday, and that's doing really well. We're really lucky to be able to do that. I love sitting there and being able to talk with you. You and I have a great time.
So
every
what about
single day.
This mask mandate? No, we don't need masks on plane anymore. We don't need masks at MCO, and now we don't need masks at Walt Disney World.
You don't need a mask anymore. It's voluntary. So they, because apparently, and I learned this a few weeks ago, the monorails and boats were not boats, excuse me. The monorail and buses were part of federal regulations, so they had to follow federal guidelines. That's why you were able to ride a boat around here. It was considered an attraction and not federally mandated. So you never needed a mask for that unless Disney said. Now that the federal government has dropped a mask mandate across the country, you no longer need to, and Disney was really quick to do it, drop the mask mandate on the transportation, such as the monorail, which is just above my head going by, and any buses. So it is all voluntary masks if you would like to wear one, or if you feel that you've been exposed, or you do not want to catch it from someone else, just to be safe. Voluntary masks. You don't need it anywhere at Walt Disney World anymore.
Well,
Not bad.
No.
Well, there you go. I know some people, look, again, I'm not getting political. Some people hated it. Some people liked it. Some people couldn't deal with it. Some people could. So that was a, we would see in the comments a whole lot of hatred for doing any report on that.
Well, it should be up to the individual, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't
smart.
need the government tell me what I can and can't do.
I'm with you. As long as people are smart about it and honest about it, personal choices on that. So yeah. I'm good. I'm easy. I don't get political. I don't need to. So, but that's just one of the big things out there. What else do we have going on today? Over here at Magic Kingdom, we have a whole lot of new merchandise that's come out. We've seen a whole bunch of new ears. Meet and greets are back here at all over Walt Disney World resorts. We're going to go see Chip and Dale.
So you're going to head to the Magic Kingdom after this?
We're going to head to Magic Kingdom and then go over to Animal Kingdom.
Okay. So
it's a Kingdom Day.
Are you going to try to get the Hoedown? You think they're going to have the Hoedown running?
I think, speaking of that, thank you very much. I did not talk about that yet. The Hoedown is back in Frontierland with characters. I did see Chip and Dale were part of it in their Hoedown outfits. Was there any other characters involved?
It's mostly cast members, I thought.
It is mostly cast members.
I haven't seen it in years.
I have not seen it in years. Also, the last time we thought it was coming back, we waited for a few hours and it never came back when they announced it last time.
You waited a few times.
We waited a few times, so I'm a little like, do I really want to wait for the Hoedown again? I'm going to go wait for the Hoedown. They showed it yesterday. I saw some TikToks and a few videos about it. It definitely is back. There are definitely characters dancing. They are definitely interacting with fans again. So it looked like kids were running around while they were doing the Hoedown. That's all really cool. So
you got let's see. I'm going over the shot list. We'll do some work while you're hanging out.
There we go. We'll get some work done.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Your ice cream cone. That looks pretty good.
Is that the sleepy one?
Yeah, no, the sneezy.
A sneezy. Why would they associate sneezy with root beer?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe like a chili powder pepper kind of ice cream would have probably been better.
I think you're reaching there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you're reaching.
That's, where you're standing is kind of creepy. Seeing the monorail like directly above you.
Kinetic energy is what I was going for. You can see Cinderella Castle right down there in the bottom, the left or right of your screen. I don't know which side it is for you. John, great start to the new show, Greg. He's headed over to Disney now. I'm actually going to have coffee with John in a little bit. Shauna came in. Thank you so much for loving the Chip and Dale ears. I did this for Chip. and I'm going to go see Chip and Dale myself. So,
They took forever to get here.
so I had to order these from Tokyo, and they had to go through customs apparently, and they took 2.5 months to get in. Yeah,
Wow.
because they were ordered at the end of January or beginning of February. It is now mid-April. We're April. Hey, happy 420 day to you, Chip.
Oh, is that today?
That is today. How can you forget? Molly Rook is in here, Star Wars nerd. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on our inaugural Your Magical Morning Show. Speaking of that, Holly, would you mind doing us a favor real quick and running the weather again if you have that available?
Good morning. Here's your weather forecast for the Orlando area and all Disney parks. Expect sunny skies with a high near 79 degrees. Winds will be out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to 20. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies, a low around 64. Winds out of the east-northeast 10 to 15, gusting to 20 miles per hour. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. This has been Weather or Not with Jesse with the Orlando weather for the Disney fanatics alongside Chip and Company.
How cool is that, Chip? We have a real meteorologist doing weather for us.
She sounds like she's from the north too.
She may be. Some tells me she's around Maryland, but I could be wrong.
I hear the accent.
Yeah, you can hear the accent. But I just thought that was awesome that we have real weather and real park news and real, like, we're trying to do this as professional as possible. Obviously, this is day one. So everybody, Jeanette, thank you so much for coming in. Don't worry, you'll be here in less than a month. That month is going to fly by for you. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it down here. By the time you get down here, it'll be 90 degrees and swampy.
I have some news for you this morning, Greg.
Excellent. I am all about news.
Okay, so wait times at Epcot right now. You're looking at Living with the Land is around 5 minutes. Nemo's 5 minutes. Spaceship Earth's 5 minutes. Mission Space, it's about 10 minutes. So is Soarin'. Frozen is 30. Remy is 85 minutes, and Test Track is closed this morning in Epcot. And then over in Animal Kingdom, we have the Triceratops Spin is 5 minutes. Dinosaurs 10. It's Tough to Be a Bug's 10. Everest is 25 minutes right now. The Safari's 30. Navi River Journey's 30. And Flight of Passage is 85 minutes. So that is your current wait times at Walt Disney World.
That is amazing. So the wait times are already a little high already this morning at Epcot, and that is just for those staying on property. 8:30. They're really hard about making sure it's 8:30 before they do rope drop for regular guests over there. Animal Kingdom, to hear that those times are so low at this time, it opened up an hour ago. So those are amazing times. Guys, if you can get a reservation, trust me, get over to one of the parks today. It's not going to be too crowded.
Well, no, you wanna miss Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios has the highest wait times this morning, with Muppets is at 10, Star Tours is at 10, Lightning McQueen's 20, Alien Swirling Saucers. You remember the abbreviation for that, Greg?
Yes, that would be Alien Swirling Saucers.
45 minutes. Toy Story Mania is 50 minutes for Toy Story Mania. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is 70 minutes. Smuggler's Run is 70 minutes. Rock and Roller Coaster is 75.
Oof.
Slinky Dog Dash is 80. Tower Terror is 80, and Rise of the Resistance is closed.
Oh, no wonder everything else is so high.
Yep.
That is crazy. Casey's Corner of the World, welcome in today. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with us today. Chip, I don't know if you're seeing the numbers, but for the first show, this is amazing. We have a lot of support in the community doing this. I think we're filling a notch that nobody else has really done down here at Walt Disney World.
Or is crazy enough to do.
Or is crazy enough to do, because by like week 3, day 4, I'm going to be questioning my sanity. Sitting here talking for an hour and a half every morning at 7:30. I am lucky I've turned into a morning person, and which we have to do is mention I am running on Joffrey's, and you and I both know that I love Joffrey's. I love you, Joffrey's. Just one day, people, you're going to come in here and you're going to be like, sponsored by Joffrey's. Not an actual sponsor, but we're trying, Chip. We are trying. Let's talk next week. I'm sorry. What about 2 weeks from now? Almost exactly. You are going to be coming down here again. And you have some major media events that you're about to do.
Yes, I have the media event for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind I'm coming down for.
So do you think they're going to basically let you drop all the information and do ride point of views and everything that day, or are they going to embargo?
It's hard to say. Usually for media events, we can share, especially since cast members are already sharing stuff from there for the previews.
They are sharing stuff from outside. The outside area is still boarded up, so you really can't see what the inside looks like, except for seeing these cast member pictures. But it looks like Disney has allowed the cast members to take pictures by the Nova Corps ship and post them online. So we're getting a lot of good visuals of that new courtyard in there. Jeanette, your AP pass is May 16th. Amazing. Like, I'm so excited for Guardians of the Galaxy. Somebody kind of gave me a little preview of it. Not video. They kind of mentioned a few things that are going on. We now know the soundtrack. Did you see the soundtrack for it, Chip?
I saw Kevin write up the article, but I've not listened to the music yet.
Some pretty cool songs. It's such a Guardians soundtrack. Speaking of Guardians, Mark is actually going to be joining us. You're going to be down here for the whole week. You're going to be staying until the 10th, I believe.
Yes, 4th through the 10th.
4th through the 10th. So on the 8th, you, me, and Mark Valentine, and all of our friends are going to be going on all Guardians all together on the 8th. And then the 9th, you and I are going to go on it with Holly
and Lacey.
And is Lacey coming down?
Yeah, she's coming down.
Then, so
you got
Lacey,
her the reservation
Holly,
for the 8th.
Oh, I did.
Or a Holly.
No. That was Holly, which I don't want to say anything negative about Holly because she is doing such a great job producing this show. Have you noticed the show? Like, how amazing is she doing?
Yeah, I mean, she does what I do when we do live stuff.
Listen, I've done it, just not like this. I've never done it live. I've always been on this side of the camera. Dame, good morning to you. Thank you for joining Your Magical Morning. Speaking of Your Magical Morning, you should be doing rope drop right now at Epcot. 8:30 is when they let in regular guests. So 8:30, the park is open until 9 today. Harmonious is at 9 p.m. So 8:30 a.m., you should be doing rope drop right now. They should be allowing you in, and you should be racing to Remy as fast as you can. Get that done. You have the rest of the day to relax and do everything else. One day, Chip, we need to give people a guide on how to do these parks in the most casual way. Like, go rush and do Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and then take the rest of the day to do everything else. Like, once you get the big ride out, you're done. Or unless you have Lightning Lane, we should probably do a Lightning Lane show too. Explain that at some point.
Well, today you definitely want to avoid Hollywood Studios.
I will not be going anywhere near Hollywood Studios today. I don't need anything from there. I'm hoping that all this stuff. So, excuse me, all the shot list stuff. Just so everybody knows, Chip will put up a shot list of what is new if he knows what's going on out there. And whoever's at the park, if I'm at the park, I will go get the list done and take pictures and then post it on Instagram. Well, I know there's ears on the list, right?
Yes, there's Magenta Ears. There's Festival of Fantasy Parade. The Princes and Anna have returned to the Festival of Fantasy Parade.
Oh, awesome. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Turning Red headband or mini ears are in. There's an ice cream truck plush.
Have a wonderful day. I think we'll do that. I will schedule that for you. Doing a show on Lightning Lane.
Oh.
people really want to understand how you can deal with Lightning Lane down here. So I think it would behoove us to do either a guide or something about that. We'll do a show and we'll talk about Genie Plus and Lightning Lane coming up.
Yeah, you should do.
Yeah, you said
do
doo doo. I'm trying to keep a PG rating here, Chip. Come on, man.
You're drinking Gatorade, not coffee?
Yeah, so I came in here and I had my Joffrey's and I spilled it on my way up. And I was like, oh, the Joffrey stand is downstairs. And the line, because it was Joffrey's, was down the street. Do you know how many people have to be in line for it to be down the street, Chip, here? It's quite a lot. So I was like, I got to drink. I'll just keep something to wet my whistle.
Did you see that they closed the Starbucks in Epcot?
I did. Rumor has it. Sarah, good morning to you. I did see that it's closed the location. They're going to be moving into the new Connections Cafe and Eatery. We do not have an opening date, but the rumor and innuendo and people who work there may have spilled the beans that tomorrow morning Connections Cafe is supposed to be opening. They've been doing cast previews for the last 2 days. We will be there. I'm actually going to be doing the show live from Epcot's parking lot tomorrow with Spaceship Earth behind me and all the people walking. I love that kinetic energy. So we're going to be live. We're going to go. First thing we're going to do is go over to Connections Cafe and we're going to go to the evil Starbucks. I'm kidding. They're not evil. I just love Joffrey's more. But no, we're going to check out some of the new food and check out the new Connections Cafe. It should be open tomorrow at 9 a.m. We're really looking forward to that one. What else you got, Chip?
Well, speaking of Epcot, did you see they released the height requirements for Cosmic Rewind?
I did not. I mean, I heard that it was, and I thought, was it 42?
40 inches.
40 inches. That's lower than I thought.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, must be at least 42 inches tall. Yeah. So it's a little bit more than the height requirements for like Splash Mountain and Test Track. So 42 inches.
I think that's fine. I've been inside the attraction vehicle. They had it parked over at Destination D23 when we covered that. It is, there's a lot of room in there. It is fluffy friendly. I'm going to put that as polite as we can because our larger friends have been asking if they're going to be able to fit into the seat, if the lap bar is going to restrain them. Absolutely. If you happen to have be a larger sized person, there is room. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. You are you and you are wonderful. You can ride Guardians of the Galaxy. So apparently with that being said, they probably raised the height up to 42 because there is enough room for everybody. So that's awesome. I love hearing that. What else do we have going on? Anything else?
Well, you wrote about the new Portillo's that is opening there near Disney.
I did. Did I see somebody pop in, Holly? Portillo's is opening up. I'm seeing if Polly's going to respond to me. She is so busy doing all this. No one's in yet. I thought I saw somebody pop in.
Nope.
We are waiting. Gene, I think, must have had an issue with his connection. He is over at the Beach Club. Beach Club doing his thing. So I think his connection might be bad. Pete McDevitt is supposed to be coming up anytime now. Andrew, thanks so much for joining us. Pete is going to run through some what's going on in the communities today. So Portillo's just announced they're going to be opening up right behind Animal Kingdom, actually, on 192 next across the street from Margaritaville.
Oh, okay. That's over near you guys.
That is over by us. I will now have a Portillo's.
Oh, you'll have
10 minutes from my house.
A Nick Filet, and
Nick Filet is opening up. So I take Flamingo Crossing, that area, Western Way, to come into the park every day. Now there's a Starbucks over there. There's a Target over there. Five Guys is opening. So I got my burger joint. I'm a big Five Guys guy. And then they also are Pete McDevitt. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we have a friend coming in.
Good morning.
Chip, meet Pete. Pete, meet Chip. Thank you so much, Mr. McDevitt, for coming in today.
Good morning. Good morning, Chip and Greg. How are you doing today?
Morning.
Man, I am sitting here in front of the Magic Kingdom. I have the monorail over my head. This is an amazing day. Our day one show here. I appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me to be a part, and appreciate that. And excited for what you got going. Brand new opportunities here from Chip and Co. and you and Fanatics and Holly and everything you got going. So it's exciting.
Life is good, man. Like, I got to tell you, I'm really excited to do this. I'm really excited to bring this information to all the people out there. I think it's important. A lot of people always ask us, what time's the park opening? Oh, what time is the parade today? What time are fireworks? They do change an awful lot down here at Walt Disney World. Plus, we get to bring them the news. And then we have a segment that you're going to be bringing us, basically Pete's highlights, and you're going to be highlighting some of the people who are going to be around the parks today.
Going to highlight some people that are around the parks. Going to look at some of the upcoming or just recently put out vlogs by a couple people highlighting some of that as we go along. Disney magic comes in many ways, and there's a lot of people doing stuff. And I love the fact that Chip and Co. wants to bring to everybody. That's a great thing. It's a positivity. That's what I'm about. The power of community and the power of what we can do as a group is bigger than what we can do as a one. So that's a huge thing.
Pete,
Many hands make light work.
Absolutely. Just one of the comments. Love Pete. He's so important to the Diz community. I have to say from the bottom of my heart, Pete, thank you so much for accepting me as part of this community. You and I have had some great conversations and become friends over the last few months. Mm-hmm. I love the show that you do, your Chaos show. I got to co-host with you in place of Dad Builds, which he can keep that job because that job was a little stressful for me. You guys do an amazing job with that. But not only are you doing that, but you are also highlighting creators on different segments, different shows. And then you're also highlighting Disney creators themselves who work with Disney and they're artists or they work behind the scenes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's our Tuesday show. It's one night only celebrating the arts. And it's people that bring the art of the magic of Disney in unique ways. Last night, we had an incredible interview that was really good. And it was with, a gentleman who brings you all of the hidden Mickeys. If you're not familiar with the hidden Mickey guy, he's incredible. He's got 269,000 followers on YouTube. Yes, and he's got multiple books. We did that interview last night, and to sit and listen to him talk about how he came up with the concept of the plan of locating hidden Mickeys and really giving you a guide to go out and do hidden Mickeys, not only at the parks, but he's also doing them at cruise ships. He's doing them for Disney resorts. I've seen many people with that little yellow book in their hand. And after the show, he actually offered to anybody that goes back and watches the video and leaves a comment on the video, he's going to give away an opportunity for an autographed copy of one of his books, which is kind of cool. And he was very excited also that I was partnered with Chip and Co. and doing some stuff with them. He was very familiar with Chip and Co. As I talked with him last night. He actually brought that up after the end of the interview when I played my acknowledgement of working with Chip and Co. He's like, I've seen them many times through D23 and other things. So it was kind of nice for him to highlight that back to me. So we're doing that. We're recognizing creators on the channel every day. I'm probably the only creator that recognizes over 200 Disney social media creators on my channel every week. Minimum 200. It's usually more than that. So we're excited about that. There's so many ways to bring the Disney magic for people that are at home that want part of the magic but can't get to the parks. And obviously it starts with your media sources, like Chip and Co. and many others, and works its way all the way down to the guy who's putting up his own little TikTok for the first time that never really did. So we want
to make sure that somebody who's just starting out feels like they're part of the community. You don't want to just push everybody. Oh, we've been here for 12 years. You can't do us. No, we want to make sure that this is open for everybody. And how do you make this exciting and fresh as you bring in new faces? And it doesn't matter if you've been around forever. One thing I want to go back to real quick, Chip, are you going to be able to see any of the new hidden Mickeys on the Disney Wish when you take that trip?
I should be able to.
There you go. You can make it into the book by
Yes.
sending in the information. You can
Oh,
have
really?
a Chip and Co. hidden Mickey from the Wish. You just got to get it in there first.
Well, I guess I need the information to send to Steven and see what we can do. I'd
Yes.
love to be in there.
He's incredible, and he doesn't have that yet. He mentioned that he's been on all the other ones except for the new one yet, and he doesn't have that yet. So there you go. That would be good stuff. He's got a new update coming for several of the parks. I think he said publishing for Walt Disney is coming up here within the next month and a half. So that'll be good. I mean, it's constant updates. When you think about that, having to cover all the parks as they change, as they up, because we were talking after the show last night with everything. You got not only the Guardians event coming out, so there'll be something there. You're going to have the Moana thing opening up in Epcot soon. You've got then you got Tron down the road. So just within the next probably 365 days, you might have to need 2 or 3 updates to pull it all together. But very impressive gentlemen. We've secured and locked in. Mark Daniel will be joining us on May 3rd coming up.
That's a big score, man. Good for you.
We're excited to sit and talk with Mark. We've got Zach Sedelis coming up. Zach is featured over in Hollywood Studios in the as part of the cast of the Indiana Jones spectacular over there. He's also been in The Walking Dead. He's national championship ring holder for the Florida Gators. He's got a list of things that just makes him so special. We're going to we sat down with Aaron H. Goldberg, who is a very well-respected Disney author. And we sat down with him to one of the earlier shows that we did. And he was so excited about it. He wants to come back a second time. He's requested to come back. We're going to honor that and bring him back and talk more Disney. And, we've had a lot of great recent guests. We had, Piano Rob from his Jelly Roll days and now, working, doing stuff in the Disney community. He was a guest. Of course, Yeehaw Bob. Everybody knows Yeehaw Bob down in
What a
Disney.
great segment both of those were, back to back.
Musical segments that were incredible on there. We've had other great authors along the way. Jim Fanning, just a couple weeks ago, works with Disney Archives and does so much there, a respected author in his own right. So that segment is really coming together, and we've got more stuff that we're working on coming up. Kimberly Burchard was also one of our guests, and it's amazing when you talk with these people, and I finish up my segment with, how many degrees are you away from Walt Disney? That 6 degrees of separation that's come about, and we've had multiple people say, hey, I'm 1 degree of separation. Kimberly is a great example. Hey, well, I'm personal good friends with Paige O'Hara, who was the voice of Belle, who did this, or Margaret. She knew Margaret with who was the original Tinkerbell, and she's very good friend. So it's interesting. Even last night, as we talked with Stephen Barrett, Stephen said, hey, I'm friends with Bob Gurr. Well, there you go. 1 degree from
How much closer can you get? So let's talk about this also. So you are also covering sports, and you're doing live sports feeds, which is amazing. When I watch you do that show, I can sit there and interact with my friends and talk sports, especially like the NFL. You were covering the Super Bowl. You were doing a few other major events like that. Yeah, you have the NBA playoffs going on right now.
We have a lot going on. NBA playoffs are going on. Baseball started. Hockey playoffs are about to kick in.
Let's go Pens.
Yeah, there you go. We're waiting to see how the hockey's going to lay out. USFL football is going. The football thing is just I need something to do to keep me busy, which keeps me married, is the way I look at it. And the sports thing, the genre of sports is a hobby of mine, but it allows me to go out and find more people that love the magic of Disney that don't know this exists. I highlighted, I think, one of the best experiences I've had. One of my partner channels, who is broadcasting the parks on the weekend and does Thursdays, is Diz Our Dream, and they do a great job, Jeff and Angela. Well, I was doing a sports show. This was last fall. I was doing a baseball game on a Friday night. I was doing the Tigers just because I wanted to see the Tigers. I knew they were out of it, but I wanted to see them. And as I was doing the Tigers, I had a gentleman come in. His name was Edward. I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to yell people's personal names out. Gentleman's name was Edward, and came in and said, hey, I found this for the first time. This is incredible. I'm a Tiger fan. I live in Wisconsin, and that was at the start. And he subscribed to my channel. I thought that was cool. And then about 20 minutes later, he goes, "Wait a minute, you like Disney?" And that was the comment in there. And he's like, "Hold on." Then so he came back in, and it's like a half hour later, is like, "Well, I'm listening to you broadcast the game. I just went through and looked through your playlist." And he was going through about, "My God, you got all these 4K videos and blah." And it was great. It was very nice. And so he sent me a note at the end of the night on direct message that this was really, special to him, that he was a DVC member who didn't get a chance to get to Disney much. Of course, a lot of the COVID stuff was going on then, so traveling was restricted. He was an annual pass holder. He went through all these, things in this very nice, very long, but very nice direct message that I got. And I was excited about that because we found somebody new. But the home run wasn't about me at all. The home run was about someone else. And for me, I'm always about someone else. And
yeah, and speaking of someone else, before I bring in Gene Fitzmagic, you're going to highlight for us this community, which is what you're so good at and passionate about. On your shows, you highlight everybody else. It's not about you, and that's why I respect you so much. You give all these other people airtime and highlights, and so you're going to bring that here in a condensed version. So before we bring Gene on, let's go through what's going on out there.
All right. Well, you got a lot. Everybody was live yesterday, pretty much. It was a heavy day because of Monday and Tuesday with the characters coming back, and that was across all fronts. If you followed any of your favorite creators from Disneyland or from Walt Disney World, everybody was hitting it up. So I'm not going to run through those. You can kind of, if you go in and you search on your mainframe on YouTube and you search Disney characters, everyone will come up, and it's a long list. A couple other unique things that I did see just in the last 24, 48 hours. Provost Park Pass, friends out of California, Disneyland and all, they were down in, they're down at Walt Disney right now, and they put up the rarest of unique Provost videos on restaurant coverage. They did a review of Space 220, which I thought was really good, so you can check them out. Resort TV 1 also threw up a how to get a galactic hero on Buzz Lightyear.
I got to watch that. I need to learn how to do that.
Which I thought was really cool on there as well. There was one other one that I saw. Disney, the Disney Stranger put out a character warehouse update. It's always nice when you have the character warehouse updates. And two last highlights for today. I'm going to try to just highlight a couple as I go through each day. Theme Park Obsession put out some new Disneyland information, some construction information on his and an update. And Daps Magic out of California does a lot. He does some daily information, daily updates on Disney, like a history of Disney, this day in Disney. Daps put out a great one over there. So those are ones to check out. Today, this morning on posted updates for the parks, I'm only seeing a few at this point right now for posted. I do know that Rope Drop is currently live walking around the boardwalk area down there. Today at 9 a.m., live at Disney Springs at Epcot. Brian and Amanda will be live going from the Epcot area. Also over at Epcot, Irresistibly Disney 71 will be kicking off about 9 a.m. this morning and covering from the parks. And then today, this afternoon, in the evening hours, One Little Spark will be live from Magic Kingdom. So those are the creators that I am aware of as of right now. Those are posted videos. I can only be aware of it if they post it, and those are the ones who have.
That's amazing. Not only that, but I will add to that, we actually have some people over at Havana, over at Disney Springs, and Salt and Straw. Is that correct, Chip? Well, he has his might be. Yeah, so we're over at
correct.
Salt and Straw this morning is grand opening here at Disney Springs. The ice cream shop that was out in Disneyland has come to Disney World. So those are the highlights. Pete, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I respect you. I thank you for being here and doing this opening show with us. We're going to do your highlights whenever you would like to. This door is wide open for you, just like you've left it wide open for me on Fridays. This door is always open for you to do whatever you want to do. So I appreciate you, Pete. Thank you so much. Not only are you a cohort, but again, I get to hang out with my friends and do this.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pete McDevitt.
Chip, have a magical day.
Thanks, you too.
Up next, This just keeps rolling, Chip. We are moving on as Magic Kingdom is about to open for regular guests. They're about to do rope drop at 9 a.m. All the other parks are now open for the day. We had 7:30 a.m. for Animal Kingdom, 8 a.m. for Epcot, 8:30 for Hollywood Studios. It is now turning 9 o'clock. We're at 8:50, 10 minutes away. Rope drop. We should actually probably hear some fireworks in about 5 minutes for their opening show. So if you are at Magic Kingdom, get to the hub, go see the opening show with Mickey Mouse. Don't forget about your Festival of Fantasy Parade is at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock today. Holly, bring in our next guest, Mr. Fitzmagic himself.
Going on?
Gene, how are you, my friend?
It was a chaotic morning, but I couldn't miss the inaugural premiere episode of the show today. So I had to make sure I got in. I know I'm a little late, but it was a intense morning. I can't even read on my computer. I had to use my phone, so I apologize.
Oh no,
for my tardiness.
You are coming in from where? Where are you at? Are you over at Beach?
I'm at Beach. I'm right next to the pirate ship by the pool. I'm looking right across at the boardwalk.
That's awesome, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Gene Fitzmagic, thank you so much for coming in today. So real quick, as we're winding this down, I want to make sure that everybody knows where to find you, because I think this is really important that we get this out there and announce it. You are part of a brand new network called the Diz Nerdy Network, where you'll be doing 2 shows a week on that network. You'll be doing a Monday show with Piano Rob. And what is the name of that show?
It's gonna be very similar to what we used to do on another channel, but the name of it is Late Night Magic, which was the name we kind of wanted to go with in the beginning. So this has kind of been like a chance to basically do the show a little bit differently than how we wanted to do it. And so it's Late Night Magic over there. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. That should start in a few weeks. We'll let everybody know once that starts. The network will start earlier than that, but we'll be premiering that a few weeks in. And we're excited to get back to interviewing some great guests.
Yeah, and then I am really honored to announce that Sammy D, you and myself will be doing the Diz Underground on the new network.
Yes.
On Thursday nights at 9 o'clock.
Thursday nights at 9, so it's still the same bat time, different bat channel, so to speak. But we will, it's pretty much the same idea. I mean, that was a concept that's been around since before we were even on YouTube. When we just did it as a podcast. So we're going to be doing that again. And it's going to be a community building show where we have people from the community come on and we just build and network with everybody, and everyone gets to basically have fun and get to meet each other. If you haven't met certain people within the community, that's a chance where you can come in and find out about new YouTubers or YouTubers maybe you haven't met yet, stuff like that. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. And I do actually have a third night that I will be on. I have recently just became a new member of We Like Theme Parks. So you'll catch me on We Like Theme Parks every week. Yep.
Congratulations
me and
on that.
Bondo and Miriam. Thank you so much. And also, and let me shout out to Tinker J as well. Tinker J also joined the cast. So the cast just doubled in size, and we're going to have a ton of fun over there. Anytime with Bondo, is going to be exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
You and I share a common thread with We Like Theme Parks. We are both puppets. We are both Muppets in the We Like Theme Park universe.
Yes.
Christopher Bond, Miriam. Miriam is one of my favorite creators in this world. What she has done with popcorn buckets, her bounding. I can't say enough good things about her. And then Bondo is an officer and a gentleman. He's just one of the great guys that you can have a conversation with. Tinker J, smart. And then adding you on there, amazing, man. That's so cool. And then also, you will be joining us on Mondays.
Yes, I will be here every Monday, and we will be welcoming people into the morning of the first morning of the first morning of the week. And
first morning of the week will be with Gene Fitzmagic here at Your Magical Morning, giving you all the news and information going on for Walt Disney World for that day. So, yeah, man, what else is going on? Like, there's so much going on. Look, Crystal Palace is in here saying hello to you. Mouseperation Mike's in there. Diz Life Podcast. He is also a Muppet. I happen to have hands. I'm a Muppet with hands. But let's talk. I didn't want to even go talk about that. But Rosie from We Like Theme Parks, The Puppets. does such an amazing job. He will take snippets of the show and break it down and then puppetize it. And both 3 weeks in a row, it's like you've been a puppet. I have turned into one doing Star Wars stuff. And then Mark Valentine from Dislife Podcast was turned into one. Just so awesome. Like, it's just one of those things at Disney. You're like, man, this is great. I can't wait to be a content creator. And then somebody honors you by turning you into a Muppet.
Yeah.
Life's good, man.
Yeah, you know what? It's like you got It's almost like you feel like you've made it when someone makes you a puppet. You feel like, I mean, I'm a mouse. You know, shout out to Maddie. I'm gonna miss her with this new venture, but she's a cross-eyed cat. So we were, you know, when we had our thing, and yeah, I mean, everyone's got such great Muppets and puppets, I should say. I guess it's puppets, not Muppets, but yeah, I you know, when I saw it, I was like, I made it. Like, it felt like it was such a badge of honor. I felt like I just won an Oscar or something. It was awesome.
Mark Valentine put it, the greatest honor in his life as creator.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree with him more. So the Diz Nerdy Network is going to be the home to We Like Theme Parks, the Diz Underground. The Tuesday show is going to be a debate format, correct?
No, that's actually, We Like Theme Parks is going to be on
Tuesday. Sorry.
Wednesday is going to be a debate formatted show. It's called, and I think I'm allowed to say the name of it. It's going to be called Main Street Mayhem, and that's not with. I won't be part of that show as I've been on shows like that in the past. It's Ali K is going to be the host of that show. They're gonna have a great cast. Bonda will be there. Miriam will be there. Princess Victoria will be there. It'll be it's going to be really good. I'm excited. We'll be talking about some of the things that they're going to do over there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch. Maybe even come in as a contestant every now and then. We'll see.
We'll see, man. That's going to be excellent. So there's a lot of exciting things going on over there. Gene, I want to say thank you so much for coming in. I know you guys had a little bit of issues getting on and around the parks today. So guys, remember, Diz Nerdy Network. My man, Gene Fitzmagic. If you have not checked out your Instagram, which is Gene Fitzmagic, correct?
Yep, it's at Gene Fitzmagic, all one word. Go check it out.
Go check it out. Your Instagram was huge before you even came down here.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that prompted me to be able to come down here and start looking into doing some of the things I've been doing. Is that's really just kind of grown, and the way that was always grown too was also really, it was community. It was you know, everyone always says, well, how did you get it to be that, to do so well and be so successful? And I just said, I just basically embraced the community. If people tagged me in something, I reposted it. If people asked me something, I responded. I always make sure I was very interactive on it. That's always been, I felt like, you know, give a piece of yourself, and that's how you make friends, right? So that's the system we went with it.
So it is just about 9 o'clock. We are going to do rope drop here at Magic Kingdom. I'm going to put everything away, and I'm going to go inside and get some work done. Gene, I want to say thank you for stopping in today. Holly, if you wouldn't mind, one more time, rolling the weather for us before we say goodbye. She's been amazing doing this.
Good morning. Here's your weather forecast for the Orlando area and all Disney parks. Expect sunny skies with a high near 79 degrees. Winds will be out of the east-northeast at 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to 20. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies, a low around 64. Winds out of the east-northeast 10 to 15, gusting to 20 miles per hour. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. This has been Weather or Not with Jesse, with the Orlando weather for the Disney fanatics alongside Chip and Company.
How official does that look, Gene? Like, I feel like a real show.
Yo, it looks good, dude. It came out real. Dude, so we're not live anymore, right?
No, we're still live. We're going to finish this off right now.
Oh, all right. I was about to say something. I was about to talk about my crazy morning, so I'll hold that till after.
Yeah. You can wait. We're going to end this in just a moment.
I do want to say one thing, though, as people are going crazy behind me. This is, I love the concept of the show. It's going to be something I think you're going to see often imitated, but will never be duplicated. So I want to say congratulations on pretty much the first one to really do this. I know you've had the idea for a long time, and just for everyone out there, There's gonna be a lot of imitations. I know that already because that's what people do, right? They see something, they try to go and they try to copy content. This is the originator right here. This is where you want to come every morning. This is where you're gonna get the original version of what this show is supposed to be. So
Well, thank you so much for those words.
but never duplicated. Magical mornings.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for saying that. Look, we're going to adapt this show. This is day one. I have high hopes for this, and I think we're on to something good. I think we're going to be able to bring in a lot of good people onto this show, and we're going to give back to the community as much as possible. So before we end this, Holly, you're going to gear up, get ready for that final video. So Holly, you guys have been watching Your Magical Morning. Join us again for a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you later. Holly, roll the video.